A note on Persuasion, Jane Austen. Jane Austen, of course, is glorious, brilliant author. She has on the list of best 100 books, top 100 books ever written, as compiled by the Norwegian Book Club, together with the Nobel Foundation, Nobel Prize Foundation. They asked luminaries, Umberto Eco, the regretted writer, philosopher, Salman Rushdie, John Irving, author of The World According to Garp, and so many others. And they've compiled a list that includes Pride and Prejudice by Jane Austen. There's also another list of 1,000 novels everyone must read, which you can find on the internet. And there you have 6, maybe more, novels of Jane Austen, including some we have had notes on this blog. Emma, Sense and Sensibility. And now, yours truly is in the process of reading Persuasion, where Anne seems to be the heroine, in that she is not flawless. Nobody's perfect. Well, this is not, yeah, in cartoons you have not just perfect personages, you have superhumans, as in Superman, Iron Man, and so on. So they're not just flawless, they are more than human, superhuman, and so on. Then I guess we can refer to science fiction. Books where you have aliens, and that's a completely different ball game. But here, I would say that Anne is as close as we get to somebody we can admire, somebody we sympathize, identify with. I mean, somebody we wish to be, we use as a role model to some extent. Not that her actions are what we should copy. She is gentle, she is kind, she is generous, she is splendid. But when she meets a man she loves at a young age, admittedly, even if for an age when they would marry very young, they still do, alas, in many places. Even America has this, but let's not get into that. In places, they accept the notion that girls can marry at incredibly tender ages. In some of those states that have sent representatives to occupy the Capitol Hill, the American Congress recently, and they're very devoted to the very stable genius. That is, they're deplorable idiots, if you ask me. Anyway, so when she's 18 or 19, was she decides to take on the advice or allow the pressure of her father, a rather arrogant, self-centered man who believes, this is not a quote, but the way I remember it, that looks are extremely important, second in importance only to position, wealth, and genealogy, if you will, the class he is born into. He's doing silly things on the floor, if allowed, such as trying to go under and eat the dog's food. So, and she allows this empathy, this shared love. I mean, we will have to. I'm not beyond a quarter of the book. Maybe I'm not even that far. It's not in printed form. It's not in ebook form, which will give you percentages. It's audiobook format. And by the way, you find works of Jane Austen and Balzac and so many more classics available for free on the internet, lawfully. I don't mean pirated copies, because the books are protected. There's a copyright law which covers those printed in the last 70 years. Seeing as Jane Austen goes far beyond that, you can also find on the LibriVox site books for free, so you can have someone read this and tens of thousands of other books for you. So she allows her father and Lady Russell to interfere, which is such a pity. And furthermore, the man they pushed away because he had, again, that's not a code, but it's something like only himself to speak in favor. I mean, he didn't have wealth. He wasn't born into an old family, aristocratic, noble. But still, he accumulates wealth in the next years. And so when they meet again, and she's 27, he is so well positioned and so admired, desirable, if you will, in the society among relatives. That makes what happened 9 years before, what had happened 9 years before, so much more objectionable, horrible, if it will have such an impact on the life of this main character, which I don't know. I mean, I'm still, this is one first note, followed by a few maybe. Anyway, there will be at the end, when I will have finished reading it. I will post a written book on the blog, but this is just getting acquainted with what is a formidable opus.